how do you actually measure penile length? Because I can see all of you guys getting out rulers and trying to measure, but these measurements are done in a very standardized way. Either they are done on erect penises or they are done on stretched length penises, meaning that the penis is extended as long as it can go, and you take a ruler and you measure from the pubic bone, which is the bone you feel, all the way to the tip of the penis. So not just actually the skin, you're actually indenting into the bone and measuring that whole length. It's important to realize also that length can change depending on how cold it is in the room, how comfortable you feel, how aroused you are if you're doing it erect. And so, it may be different one day from another, but on average, you will have a certain length that will remain about the same. And I've talked about this before on my YouTube channel, but there is a subset of men who suffer from small penis anxiety. And this is a real body dysmorphic disorder, meaning they perceive their penis to be very small and it causes them significant distress. And this is not to be undermined. This is a serious condition. It affects their daily life. They are constantly preoccupied with thoughts about their small penis. And this is really important to acknowledge because I think this is a serious mental health condition that affects their ability to function as normal adults. And this does not mean that if you are in this category, doing one of these things will immediately alleviate your anxiety. You need to address this with a mental health professional before going ahead and doing something to try and elongate your penis, because that may not cure the issue. It's important to deal with you as a whole human being, and your brain is a very powerful part of how you perceive yourself, whether it's your penis, your abs, anything you are concerned about, your biceps, whatever it is. A lot of it is dysmorphic, meaning that you have what's considered average or even above average, and it is bothering you that it is not some idealized view of what you see or what you want to see. So now, before I get into different techniques or devices that you can use to help increase penile length, I want to talk about the things you can do easily and for free at home. First and foremost is lose weight. If you are overweight or have gained some weight, you may look down and actually see this area of fat above the pubic area, which some people call the fupa. Now, this often, as this increases in size, will actually limit how much of the penis you are seeing. So the penis is not just what you see. The erectile tissue is two corpora, or two spongy bodies that go deep into the pelvis and turn downward and go into the perineum. And so that's why some people find stimulation of their perineum very pleasurable, because there's still erectile tissue there. And so if you gain weight in the pubic area, you are now covering the penis. You're actually not seeing that portion of the penis. So you may have said like, hey, when I was 20, my penis looked great and now it's shrunk like 2 or 3 centimeters. Well, yeah, you've probably gained a little bit of weight, and that is a difficult area to lose weight from. You need to work on losing your body fat, overall body fat. You can't just target that area and lose weight. But if you are able to lose weight through, healthy exercise with resistance training and cardiovascular training and increasing protein and eating lots of fibrous, natural, healthy foods, unprocessed foods as much as possible, then you will see an improvement in penile length. The next easy thing is to actually trim or shave your pubic hair. Now, of course, you want to be safe when you're doing these things. You want to avoid shaving if you are a really poorly controlled diabetic. And the reason for this is if you get a cut in the area, it can very easily get infected and create a very devastating infection called Fournier's disease. Make sure you trim or shave that area if you can, and you will notice that your penis automatically looks a little bit bigger, because now you've taken that hair that's again covering the penis just like the fat was, and you're getting rid of it. And so now you can see more of the penis. The other thing you could do that's free is try to work on anxiety reduction. And that can be a variety of different things for you. That may be exercising, that may be meditating, that may be taking time for yourself, whatever that is. But you will notice that when you are relaxed, you will have better erections, or the smooth muscle in your penis will be able to relax more, allowing your penis to appear bigger. And so that's something that may help you, particularly if you are very anxious and have a lot of anxiety all the time, working to improve that. Now, maybe at-home techniques are not going to work for you. Maybe you need to see a doctor to get some medication to reduce your anxiety, but certainly that may overall improve the appearance of your penis. And lastly, if you are having trouble with erections, check out all my content on improving erections. But the reason being, particularly if you're not having nighttime erections, we're worried that then you're not getting good blood flow to those tissues. And over time, you could develop scar tissue in those tissues, which then makes your penis shorter. So you want to have continued blood flow to those tissues at all times to prevent the scarring, which will ultimately shrink your penis. Those are the things that are free and don't require you to buy anything. They do require you to invest in yourself, invest in your health with diet, exercise, and stress reduction. Let's start with non-surgical means to increase penile length. Now, before I go on, I'm going to tell you no magic elixir or pill that people are trying to sell you online is going to elongate your penis. So don't fall for the traps. Don't spend your money on those things. Nothing is going to work. Now, some supplements that I've talked about in a podcast before on supplements for erectile dysfunction do have some improvement in penile rigidity and erection quality. And that may, if you're getting better erections and you weren't getting them before, you may notice some degree of erectile length improvement, because when you're not getting erections, that tissue tends to scar down. And so potentially you might notice some benefit, but not just from a length perspective alone.